talk over drink. Pull up a chair and let's chill. Let's party, let's talk and let's build. Yeah, alright, let's talk over drinks.
Welcome to Talks Over Drinks. We're back for another fun-filled, informational edition. My name is Corey Fauconier. My partner, the God, Markel Prines. Good to see you back, brother.
Good to see you, brother.
Right, you got an inspirational quote for us?
Absolutely. Of course, I always want to start off the show with an inspirational quote before we introduce our first guest. So the one for today is, no one snowflake will take responsibility for the blizzard, and no one raindrop takes responsibility for the storm. What responsibility are you taking for the current state of your life?
Well, that's powerful. It's powerful. You know, always an inspirational quote.
Absolutely.
We got a fun-filled, this the party edition of Talks Over Drinks.
Yeah, so we're going to have some fun this time.
Yeah, it's going to be real laid back this time. I think we overdressed for this one. But I'm going to start out with my brother. A lot of people know him as Irvin Jennings, community activist, mentor. A lot of people know him as DJ Swirv Deniro, iPower. So I'm going to bring out my brother and my partner in crime, Irvin Jennings, also known on the streets as Swirv Deniro. Swirv, come on out, brother. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
What it is?
Good
my
money,
man.
good money, yes sir.
Absolutely.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
All right, have a seat on the couch.
On the couch, huh?
So you can just be kicked back, all right?
DJ Swirv. Man, this brother right here is awesome. I would say one of the best that ever did it. I'm going to give you that title right now. I know you still got some time to go, but we're gonna claim it for you right now.
Okay.
Man, I listen to you a lot on the radio, and it's good to finally meet you and get your perspective on, basically, my thing is the music game. What do you think about what's going on in the industry nowadays?
Oh man, it's a lot of things I can say about it, but one of the most important things I can say for any independent artist or a major artist is it's set up for you to be like Prince, straight independent. So, you know, instead of, you know, as far as an independent hip-hop artist, instead of trying to get your videos or, you know, the BET and MTVs, now you have the YouTube, you have the World Stars, you know what I mean? CD duplication, of course, you know, had its peak, but it's kind of like been on the way, but you actually just have everything that you need. We talked about the Periscope app, you know, off camera. So you have all of these means to basically say, hey, if you're unique, if you have something to bring that's different talent-wise and, of course, business-wise as well, I think the whole entire industry is set up for you to succeed, you know, as an artist in the nutshell.
And when you just said that about the Prince thing, I was thinking that you was going to talk about fashion, because a lot of people was walking around dressing like Prince back in the day and stuff. And me myself, when I'm in jeans and shirts, I don't do the skinny jeans and stuff like that. But what do you think about that aspect of the game?
I mean, that's their new swag. I mean, you know, growing up in the 90s, you're thinking about TLC when they used to wear the different, you know, pieces of clothing and accessories on their clothing. So being a crisscross, you know, fan, when I was, you know, 10, 11, 12 years old, used to wear jerseys and pants backwards. So everybody had their fad. But, you know, me personally, I just can't wear the tight clothes, but that's their swag. That's what they want to do. Yeah. That's their generation. I mean, as long as you pull your pants up, right. You know, especially when we're dealing with our mentees in the program, you know, you definitely got to, you know, put them like the grandparents said, put them britches up. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, I got something for you, Swirv. I see that you balance successfully your music DJ career with your service to the community. And I've had the opportunity to mentor with you in several of the Richmond City public schools and work directly with you. That's how you and I became close. What do you think is a responsibility of an artist when they're making music, and especially that young people are picking up on it?
I think the music today doesn't really have a balance. I mean, yes, we all have our vices. There's reality. If you can go back to NWA, right? They give you a balance. Yeah, they talk about women, different things of that nature. Right. But they also gave you, you know, quality reality street music. They kept it conscious, so you know, you knew what was going on out there in the West Coast. You know, it's not all peaches and cream in Hollywood, right? You know, or Compton or Bompton, whatever they call it. You know, depending on what you represent there in the West Coast. But today's music just needs that balance. I like the artists like the J. Cole's. Okay. You know, he gives me that balance. Yeah, he gives me this type of music, but at least I get to walk away with a message. You know, our body has different sensors.
Right.
You know, how music hits us. You know what I mean? And you know, it's cool to turn up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think your music needs to be conscious, and I think I think Scarface said it in the interview on YouTube, like, who stole the soul from hip hop?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's really important, and you can't really blame the artist. You know, it's just a whole industry
behind it.
So I mean, I could be guilty of it as well. You know, I'm playing all different types of music. You know what I'm saying? But either you're gonna be against the engine, or you're gonna rock with the engine. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to make that choice yourself as an entertainer. So, you know, I think it's good to. Like I look up the guys like Lonnie B, how he has this thing called Art of Noise. Right. And the generation of hip hop that he grew up on, you know, that's what the music was about. Give you that positive energy. It was that real hip hop. So you can get to the point of your career where you brand yourself like he has done, and to create events like Art of Noise where you can kind of play that music, you know what I'm saying, instead of having to try to force yourself to be in tune to what's new. I think that's great. So that's kind of where I'm at with my career right now. 2
questions for you. Congratulations on your most recent release.
Thank you so much.
What is your favorite? If you could pick one favorite song, what's your favorite hip hop song
of all time?
Of all time. I'll put him on the spot.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. I can tell you. Well, I don't know if we can say it on camera, but I can tell you that staying in Creighton Court with my father and his wife and my 2 stepbrothers. The NWA, we'll just say Straight Outta Compton album. Okay. Is the album that changed my life. Wow. Because I grew up coming up in a house that was all Motown sound, you know, stuff like that. And to actually go there and sit there and have to say, hey, go downstairs. You know, one of my brothers was like, told me basically get out of his face, whatever. He gave me the NWA tape. And that just changed my world. So that whole album right there, that changed my life. Okay. You know, that's how I wanted to be a DJ.
You have a few minutes to stick around with us because there's some other brothers that I know that you tight with that they want to share the couch with you. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I make some space for them.
That's no doubt. So we're going to go to commercial break. We're going to be right back with our next guest to follow up with Swirv Talks Over Drinks. Cheers.
I want to welcome everybody back to Talks Over Drinks. And my brother Corey will be introducing our next guest.
Next guest, another DJ in Richmond, Virginia. He is turning up along with Swirv. It's my man, DJ Bsounds. GrindTime, come on in, the ADHD bandit.
How you doing, sir?
All right, good to see you. Nice to see you. Thanks for taking some time out your schedule.
Thanks for having me.
Have a seat on the couch. You want to set it off?
This brother here also, I've listened to for a long time. Definitely love your music that you play. I'm a big hip hop fan. And one thing that I noticed about you, I used to listen to you a lot, and I don't catch it anymore. You don't end it off with, you would have this saying, and I ain't have my medicine. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that used to always stick in my head. And I'm like, man, what's that brother talking about right there? What kind of medicine is that?
When I was in 1st grade, I was diagnosed with ADD, which is attention deficit disorder. Okay. When I got to 8th grade, it got severe, and I got diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. Now, when I was in 1st grade, I was put on Ritalin. You know, nowadays they have Adderall, but I had Ritalin. But they upped my dosage in 8th grade all the way to high school. My senior year in high school, I actually had a guidance counselor tell me that because it was so severe that I wasn't going to make it at a 4-year college.
Wow.
Because I couldn't sit still. But my mother was in the school system. She taught special ed. They tried to put me in learning disability classes and all, because a whole lot of kids, they tend to use disorders as a crutch. They try to use it as a crutch, you know. But what I did was I turned a negative into a positive. Right. So I took that energy and I started hosting shows. You know, I started joining different clubs. Played multiple sports. I was a Boy Scout in the community. I ended up graduating from my high school, went to Virginia State University. Okay. And my 2nd week, I stopped taking my medicine. I stopped taking, and I actually graduated in 4 years. Okay. Graduated with a 3.0, you know, and I told myself when I graduated, I sent a copy of my degree to that guidance counselor. And I told him I did it, you know. So it's like, I took and like with the radio, when you get on the radio, I'm trying to see how can I keep your attention.
Right.
Like if you get out the car, how you gonna go into Walmart and want to come back and listen to me? So I say, well, I'm gonna call myself Bsounds, the ADHD bandit, and I ain't taking my medicine. Like nah, boo, I did it. Like you know, so you know, I take a negative to a positive. You know, so.
Okay. So what got you into music?
My dad, my mom, you know, just me. See, I'm from a small town. Okay. Like I'm from Alta Vista, Virginia, biggest town between Lynchburg and Danville. You know, and I'm very diverse when it comes to music. So I'm gonna tell you how diverse I am. We had 83 seniors in our high school class.
Wow.
12 of us was black.
Wow.
So being on the baseball teams, I would be the only black person on the team. So you know, I would listen to country music. I would listen to rock and roll, you know. I know who Kurt Cobain was, you know. But I think that my knowledge of different genres of music helped me to where I'm at today. Okay. Because when I DJ today, I just don't DJ hip hop and R&B. I DJ. I did a wedding a couple of weeks ago, and I only played one hip hop song the whole entire 4 hours. Okay. You know, so I mean, I really like all types of music. Okay. You know.
How did you and Swirv hook up?
Actually, I met Swirv when I started the radio station. I've been at the radio station about 11 years, and he's been there like of everybody at the radio station the longest one, you know. And like I mean, but me and Swirv, we go beyond the radio though, because when you meet somebody that's genuine, you know what I'm saying, and you get to and y'all got the same path and the same goals, you know, you gravitate on each other. You know what I'm saying? You feed off each other. It's like a brotherhood, like a little, you know what I'm saying? It's like a foundation that you start early, you know, so I can't say that he's my coworker. He's more like a relative, you know. Right. He's been around my family, I've been around his family, you know, and like we just gravitate each other, and like we've done business together, you know. And I take constructive criticism from him, because if I can't, you know what I'm saying, I can't call him my brother. That's right. You know, so if he tells me something I need to, I'm gonna listen, you know, because he's been in the game a long time. But I mean, me and Swirv been, you know, doing this thing for a minute. Okay. Yeah. You have a favorite hip hop song? Oh yes, I do. Been Around the World remix. Yes. Wow. Been Around the World remix with Mace and P Diddy. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you because Mace used to rap slow, and I could see back in the day we didn't have the internet, but you know back in the day we could print out the words and stuff. Yeah. But Mace used to rap like this, so I could catch. You know, that was that Been Around the World remix with Puff Daddy and Mace. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna ask you favorite hip hop song.
Oh man. I didn't know you was going to give me that, but it's funny because my favorite artist, period, is Tupac. Okay. For his motivational words and everything. And I felt growing up that I grew up in a single-parent home. So my father wasn't there. So I used to listen to Pac, and he was my motivation. And it's funny, getting prepared for the show today, I put on my Pandora, and the first song that came on was Tupac, I Ain't Mad At You. Okay. And I was like, wow. And I actually had it on Joe Budden radio. So I'm how Pac pop out. Yeah. But I would say, I Ain't Mad At You. It's one of those songs that basically, one of my favorite songs ever.
That's what's up. Pac is very, very influential. I'll tell you that. And like, even nowadays, you can tell, like, kids, like, in the school still know who Pac is. That's true. You know, like, Pac music is never going to die out, just like Michael Jackson. That's true. You know what I'm saying? You got 3-year-olds that you go crazy to Michael Jackson. I was in the club the other day. I played Beach Boys. I Get Around. And I mixed it in with Tupac. I Get Around. Club went crazy. I need a mix of that. So I'm going to tell you, here we go. Last week, I watched the Tribe Called Quest movie. And my wife was like, I didn't really listen to Quest. And I was like, what? Because, you know, I'm from Queens, and Quest was from Queens. See, back in the day, we was embarrassed to say we was from Queens, so everybody wanted to be from Brooklyn. Right. And my favorite Tribe Called Quest song is Lyrics to Go. And because it's something about that just makes me happy. So if I'm having a bad day, that's one of the first things I throw in. It's Lyrics to Go. See, music is therapy, man. It is. Music is therapy. You can have the worst day ever, pop in your favorite song. That's right. It just changed everything. Wow. That's right. Well, we gonna cut to one more commercial. You can sit with us for one more moment, because I know we got another brother that's down with y'all too, that's gonna grace the couch. Let's get it. You good? Right. All right, man. We're gonna take a break. Talks over drinks. Cheers.
Right, welcome everybody back to Talks Over Drinks, and my brother Corey will be introducing us to our next guest.
Next guest Talks Over Drinks is community activist and aspiring comedian Dwight Jarrett. Welcome, Dwight. Yes, sir. You got a packed house today.
That's right.
Brother Dwight, thanks for taking the time out your Saturday.
Anytime.
Okay.
Brother.
All right.
Have a seat, have a seat. Yes, sir. Well, go ahead.
Brother Dwight,
Yes.
I hear you do it all. My brother Corey just said that basically you're the new Dick Gregory out here. So
Thank you.
basically, yeah. So that's something big to live up to. But I know that you can live up to it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I want to ask is what is your main passion? Since you do it all, what is your first thing that you go to?
I would have to say my main passion is laughter.
Wow.
Just joy and comedy. I mean, that's the first thing I do when I wake up is probably laugh.
Wow.
I mean, thank God.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Give praise to God, and
Yes,
then I
sir.
laugh. You know, I don't want to walk out here, but yeah, it's laughter and joy. I mean, I just think that laughter is just one of those main healings that, you know, you see it everywhere, whether it's, you know, pain, love. I mean, there's laughter somewhere in your day. You know, it's always laughter. So that's the main thing.
So I ran into you through Bsounds. So tell me how you and Bsounds connected.
I don't even know this man. He just gave me a ride home one day and he said, "You're going to be my friend." No, I'm joking. I ran into Bsounds in college.
Okay.
Like he said, he was on the mic. I went to a lot of parties. I was always in the scene. And, I mean, we got together. We formed a comedy group. It was me, him, a few other people. And most of y'all know him, Jay Farrell from SNL, does all the impressions.
Yes, sir.
We were actually a comedic team. We performed at VCU and did improv skits. And, I mean, we just gelled from the beginning. It was like I knew him my whole life. Like, I would start a sentence, and he already knew what I was going to say after the end. I was like, man, you're stealing my shine. So, I mean, he's like a brother.
So B went the music route, and then I know that you do a lot of stuff in the community, plus your comedy. So tell me a little bit about your community activism.
Well, in the communities, I work with kids where I live as far as, like, dancing. You know, I teach a lot of kids. I mean, I got little dance moves, you know, but the kids that are coming up now, like, they're just so evolved. Like, they showing me stuff. Yeah, I mean, whipping and dropping like me.
Yeah.
I almost dropped to the floor, so I can't keep up with them. But, yeah, I work with the kids. I like to go out to the events and help, you know, just my main thing is the kids. Because when I grew up in my neighborhood, a lot of kids, you know, I lost a lot of friends young just to, you know, stupid stuff. And I always say when coming up, I'm like, man, if I get the chance, I'm going to help these kids because I'm tired of turning on the news and hearing about little kids and young kids losing out on life when there's so much that they can do. So
Understood.
I just want to help them and be there for them like how I had my support system. So that's all they really need to just help them over the hump.
So and I guess any of the three of you guys can answer. What can we do to make our communities better? What do y'all think? And I'll start with you, Swirv. What do you think we can do to make the community better?
Well, two things for me: be the change you want to see, and then be mixing John F. Kennedy. You know, instead of me saying, you know, what can the city do for me? What can I do for my city? You know what I mean? Right. So those are two things that I get up every day. That's part of my daily mission and vision. I just, you know, I want to be the change. You know what I mean? So instead of me talking about it, I want to be about it, and then get with like-minded people, like the people that's on this particular couch, and we can do anything we want to do. You know what I'm saying? The world is our lane.
Okay. Bsounds?
I would say be vocal. Be more vocal. You know, I know people always complain, you know, about stuff. Like, look at the elections, you know, even like your smaller elections, you know, get out and vote, you know, if you want to change. You know, you tired of seeing the politicians that's in that seat not doing what, vote, you know. Be more vocal when you go back home, like, you know, like, I'm in a fraternity, for instance, right?
Okay.
I have on letters.
Okay.
But as a kid at home, don't know what my letters mean, but they know I went to college.
Okay.
About me being that role model, they're going to be like, well, he did it, I can do it too.
Okay.
So that's going to motivate them to be, you know what I'm saying, want to go to college. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just be vocal and have that drive and let the kids see.
No doubt. Brother Dwight?
Yeah, piggyback off what he said, yeah, those council members, some of them been in there 100 years. You gotta get some of them. Gotta get some of them out. But what I would say to help the community is to promote positivity. I mean, a lot of times, you know, social media is, you know, taking over a lot of aspects of the thing. And one thing that I believe in strongly is promote the positivity, because there's too many times you turn it on, it's just a lot of negative stuff. Right. I mean, if you feed someone negative, they're gonna be full of the negative. I mean, start feeding positivity. I mean, take off all that nonsense. It doesn't really need to be on there because it's not benefit anyone. I mean, I just think there's no point to promote negativity so you can laugh at someone's pain. I mean, promote positivity so you can uplift people.
I start my social media morning with 3 things that I got from a young brother that I worked with when I was on the corporate plantation. My man, you know that Tom Cruise movie where he kept dying and coming back to life? I say pray, grind, repeat. And that's how I start every morning on social media that I'm on, because I feel like just like the people in this room or the people that help put this show together, you know, MSB 804 LLC's behind the camera. I mean, we all brothers. And these are the people that are in the community with me. And these are the brothers that keep me positive. I know when I have a bad day, with Markel, the glass is always full. There's always a silver lining. So if something bad going on, I know I can hit Markel. I know I've hit Swirv before. Had a bad Swirv, like, what's up, Core? Bad day. He be like, keep grinding. You know, always some positive emails from Bsounds. Something. If I don't speak to you for a while, I know you had some things going on this week and I was hitting you and you wasn't hitting me back. And Swirv said, brother's going through some stuff. So I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Just hit me when you can. So just the whole brotherhood of the individuals just in this room with me today are being positive. Well, Dwight, thanks for coming out.
Oh, no problem.
We're going to cut to a commercial. Talks over drinks. Cheers.
Right, welcome back to Talks Over Drinks. And we're about to wrap up the show, but we're about to get some final words from our guests here. They're going to let us know what are they up to next so that we can support these brothers.
Swirv.
Yours truly, DJ Swirv Deniro. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Matter of fact, follow me on everything at DJ Swirv Deniro. Of course, me and my brother Bsounds each and every Friday night. We at the top 21 and up. That's 10 Walnut Alley and Shockoe Bottom, man. We'd like to get our party on. Y'all come boogie with us.
Once again, Bsounds, the ADHD Bandit. You can follow me on Instagram, B_Sounds1906. Bsounds983 at gmail.com. December 18th at VCU at the Commons. I will be having, along with my company, GrindTime TMC, a fashion show, and some of the proceeds are going towards the Children's Hospital.
Basically, y'all just support me. Got an upcoming show coming up with Bsounds on the grind. Y'all can reach me at GrindTimeTMC at gmail.com. And yeah, doing big things.
No doubt. Well, that's it. We're going to wrap it up here. Talks Over Drinks. You're going to see us next week. Next show, we got the Petersburg Connection. We got the God, the unknown icon, Doug Evans, a Rodney Soul Singer. That's my people, too. More music for y'all. So enjoy seeing you. Good to see you, Markel, as always. We checking out. Cheers.